Welcome, friends. Now then, this is a bit of a deep dive, but it's well worth it. It's called Dot to Dot for a reason, and I'm going to show you. It's about manifesting, and I'm going to show you a way of joining the dots. I should imagine. Um, we'll see how it goes. Right. So I've made some notes on this. Right. The unicorn is a mystical creature, right? The unicorn card, this energy signifies wake up time. And it doesn't matter whether you believe it or, I mean, there could have been unicorns. Why couldn't have a horse have a horn on its head? Other animals have horns, but I'm not going down the horn. I'm not horning right about. So, the sun's shining. It's beautiful. I don't know how long it'll last before the grey skies come back in, but it's the sun that gives us this, this unicorn signifying the third eye, and it's the sun that's altering our DNA, and I'll get that in a minute, right? So just try and stay with me. It's well worth it. So, when you're trying to manifest, right, a lot of you who have been trying to do this, right, you will notice more and more that what you are manifesting starts to come in, right, and there's some that's instantly, and there's some that's like from a long time ago. The best ones are the ones that you only thought about, yeah, them are the the goose pimple ones, but you don't know how you do it, do you? You know that you've done it somehow. You knew this or you knew that, but you don't know how you're doing it, right? It's because what happens is you're so busy. There's lots happening. It's all happening when you're on this journey. You're having a party, and and you're only watching Downton Abbey, but it's happening. Right. So what happens when something comes in? It stops you in your tracks a bit, and you think, and you rack your brains. When was it? Right? When was it that I thought of that? And who was near me? Because it might have been about them. And what was I doing? I mean, someone walked in on me when I said panther. Are they the panther? How was I feeling? And you can never grasp it though. Not fully. And you think, and you think with this manifesting business, right, it's all about feelings or thoughts, and then you put them both together, and and then you start, and then you'll fling in speaking it, right, because you think that's part of it as well, so you'll fling that in, speaking it out loud, no matter who's listening. And you'll think it's quite all right, to say to people, listen, don't worry, right? There's nothing to worry about. The aliens are coming. Look to the sky. And it's the good ones this time, you know. Of course, it's the good ones this time, because this has never happened again on this earth, and this is what you are becoming. This unicorn is your wavering beliefs. It's about your higher wisdom, right, and your intuition, and trusting that, and it's about questions that you ask, and this is how you join the dots, and this is where you get help, because this game that my guides have got me playing at the moment, right, it's to try and teach me, and if it's happening to me, right, then it's happening to you, for you, or about you. What's happening in you happens in the collective consciousness as well. And the more people that are doing the same things and feeling or thinking the same way, that's what manifests. This game that they're doing with me is called Pick the Card, right? They pick the card, and I have to explain the meaning behind this, right? In front of it and from all sides. I have to do homework on this deck, right? For example, as you know, I did one about the worm having 5 hearts in its head. But why 5 hearts? What? We've only got 2. We've got our normal 3D one, right? And we've got a spiritual one, and it's behind your left wing. Yeah? 5 hearts. And so I think to myself, why is it saying 5 hearts? Why is that coming to my head? Is this some kind of a conundrum of a message that you get, right? That could mean, what could it mean? 5 loves in our heads? Does it mean that? That kind of choices in love? Because they're all coming. Does it mean the 5 senses? Because we don't have 5 senses. We have more than that. And up until now, many of you didn't realise this. There's a lot of the collected who now are finding out their other senses. You are finding them. But I'll tell you where else as well. Jesus fed thousands with 5 loaves. Do you believe that? You know? Or is that just a myth? You have to ask the questions, right? This 5s, what 5s do, right? 5s turn the wheel. That's what 5s do. It is change, and it changes things. And in the manifesting part of it, right, it certainly does, because you then, as you go along trying to do this manifesting business, right, then you throw in everything you can think of. You write it, you speak it, you show it, right? And the last thing is you add the actions, because you've been lazy enough and you know that action is needed, and that's how a lot of you are feeling now. You know you have to put something into action. You've been lazy, and so you're throwing everything, right? Everything's going on, and it becomes just as confusing trying to eliminate any one of them things that you throw in to your portion of magic manifesting, right? And for me personally, writing and speaking my feelings do it, right? To a certain degree. But I still do it all. I still do it all, though. I throw everything in. And I pray. And that, right? That is why you're so busy. Greedy guts. Because a lot of people try to start this manifesting business, which and I don't mean in a horrible way, but it's kind of, it's for things. That's what we want to manifest. It's for the things that we want in our life, and we usually start this with like 3D things. It's money, and things like that. But what you get is far more than you bargained for on this journey. That's why you're busy. Now then, so what you have to do is you have to think, what is that other piece of part of me, which I've got a post for that. I'll try and get it out today. That other part of you, there's many parts of us, but there's 2 normal ones, isn't there? There's 2 big ones. There's the one that you feel is you, and you know everything, and of course you do. At certain points, you do know everything. If you listen to your intuition, and that other part is your soul. It is your intuition. That's the part that's telling you stuff. Right, that's the part that stops you. That's the part that argues with you, right? Now then, at this point, this is the most important point now, right? At this point, I kind of made my notes on this unicorn business, right? About your information centre and everything like that. And then I heard, not for the first time, again, right? And this is how dots are joined. This is how it joins up for me. You get so much information, right? in your through your third eye or in your DNA, and this is about DNA. And you get so much information, don't you? And then as you go along, bits add to it and bits add to it, and you try and find out if you believe that or not. Right. I have heard that there has been five great civilizations, right? Who, who who grew and had fantastic technology, some of them better technology than we have, right? And they were just higher than us, and they got to that point, and they were wiped out by some kind of catalysm, right? This is what happened. This is what's happened, right? This is how you join the dots. This is how you find your own beliefs, what you feel. See, in these five great civilizations, there's been other things happen, but in the five, our souls, right, were present in all of them five. This is where you have things that you don't understand, like you don't know where they come from, and you don't know why you fear this or fear that. It's from other lives, right? So what's happening is this added message, this added more information to your wavering belief, or my wavering belief, right, is that there's a solar flash coming now. The sun is, like I said, with the grey skies, they're trying to block it and they can't. But there is a big solar flash coming, right? And it triggers something, right? And this grand solar flash has been written about in ancient texts everywhere. The samurai tablets, the biblical text, and the Egyptian text, the Mayan codex, right? It's all been written about, and it's a gamma light, and apparently, right, this gamma light, our scientists actually know, right, it's been proved that this it's called light of the stars, and that gamma light can instantaneously change DNA. It can recode our DNA, right? And it changes into a more complex and advanced higher state. And some of you are feeling this now, right? But there's a big one coming, and when this happens, apparently it will be rainbow coloured clouds appear all over the world, and this is when we ascend, and it's in the blink of an eye, right? So all this is joined up because of this number five, because this solar flash that's happened in the five previous civilizations caused the catalysms on the earth, and this is not what's happening now. We are here to finish what we started. This is why we're learning now. All conspiracy theorists, right, they play this game, this join the dots game, and and I'm still not convinced that Friday was Friday. I've told you about this in my last one. All the timelines travelling up. Now then, this solar flash business and everything, I haven't checked this information totally out. I trust the source. For the most part, I don't always agree with some of the source, but it comes from source. Right? No matter where you get it from, it comes from source, and you gradually get to understand, right? And you gradually get to feel when something rings true to you, and you just know it. It might not be exactly as you've been given it or how you envision it yourself, but you know that there is truth inside it, and this is what's called trusting your intuition, right? You get better and better at it. And by the way, that place right, that we ascend to, when this solar flash happens, what it's gonna do, it's gonna activate a fifth, here we go again, the dots, a fifth strand of DNA. It's gonna activate that, and when we ascend, this place is called heaven. Do you understand? This is how you join your dots, or how I do. For me personally, right, on a manifesting scale, right, is the biggest hurdle is belief. You know, you must believe yourself. And if you've watched my last post, that's what shocked me when I took, notice of my actual self, telling it to myself to trust yourself. That's what that's about. That's what happens to you. Ask the questions. It's a great big, like, massive dot to dot game.